And the Best Dressed award goes to none other than this guy who's doing a cosplay of a traffic cone right now. I'm dressed up as the same color as my least favorite fruit, orange. But anyways, the U.S. government keeps releasing information about aliens. Now that nobody really wants it, we have more UFO knowledge than we've had all throughout human history released by the actual US government, and nobody seems to care. And yesterday they even made a all new website to post all this stuff on, and I barely even heard about it. I had to dig for it to figure out that this thing existed. It's the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, the AARO, and it's their official website. You can check it. It's even on the defense.gov website that they actually did create this website for the AARO. And on this website, you can see a director's message, the mission, the vision, and if you scroll down a bit, there's some UAP reporting trends showing some stuff going on with UFOs, now called UAPs for some weird reason, unidentified aerial phenomena. And then you scroll down some more, and there's cases of these UFO videos. There is the South Asian object, sensor 1 and 2, some Middle East objects, Western US objects. There is a bunch of them, and I wanted to go through a couple of them and talk about it with you today because this website is very interesting. It's an official government website that is posting information about UFOs. So let's go ahead and make our way back up to the top. I'm going to skip over the director's message because who really cares about what Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick has to say. The mission for this website says to minimize technical and intelligence surprise by synchronizing scientific intelligence and operational detection, identification, attribution, and mitigation of unidentified anomalous phenomena in the vicinity of national security areas. And the vision is unidentified anomalous phenomena are effectively and efficiently detected, tracked, analyzed, and managed by way of normalized DoD, intelligence community, and civil business practices by adherence to the highest scientific and intelligence tradecraft standards and with the greatest transparency and shared awareness. And now if you click on the UAP reporting trends, it'll pull up this little PowerPoint presentation for you so you can look at it. There is reported UAP altitudes. You got 60K is 1%, and most of them are spotted around 20,000 feet. So roughly the height of Mount Everest, right below where airplanes tend to fly is where these UFOs are being spotted. And then typically reported UAP characteristics: morphology, they're round. Size is 1 to 4 meters. Colors, white, silver, translucent. Altitude is between 10 to 30,000 feet on average there. And then velocity is stationary to Mach 2. Very freaking fast. Propulsion, no thermal exhaust detected. Radar, intermittent. X-band, 8 to 12 gigahertz. Radio, 1 to 3 gigahertz, 8 to 12 gigahertz. Thermal, intermittent, shortwave infrared, medium wave infrared. And then there's a pie chart of all the different morphologies, all the different shapes and sizes that these UFOs come in. 47% are orb shaped, round or spherical. 19 are ambiguous sensor contact. 7% is other. And then you got a small percent here. It says 16 is lights. 0% vector. Why even put that on there if it's 0? Maybe it's like 0.2 or something. Tic Tac, 1%, and then a bunch of other ones that I'm not going to list them all. And then the UAP hotspots is the USA, which is where it seems like pretty much only the USA practically has UFO encounters. And then apparently over in Europe, there's a couple as well. I don't really know what those areas are because I only care about America, baby. Whoa! Rock, flag, and eagle! And all this data is coming from 1996 to 2023, so about 30 years of data right there. And now we get to the good part, which is the cases, which is the UAP videos. The first one is South Asian Object Sensor number 1. And the background for this one says an MQ-9 forward-looking infrared video sensor captured this footage in South Asia as it was recording another MQ-9. I think my sense of humor is broken because when that thing went across the screen, it made me laugh. But let's go back and actually get a little still frame of this. Right here. It literally just looks like the Jetsons are on their way to school and work. Just flying by in a little traditional looking UFO with a little bit of after image behind it. Yeah, pretty neat video. And then the second one here is from the same situation, but it's from a different sensor. And it's also 2 minutes long instead of 10 seconds. And it looks like they're kind of just tracking the object, getting a more wide shot of it as it's moving across the horizon. Some interesting stuff for sure. It's interesting to look at and dive into. Kind of looks like a pair of poorly drawn titties, like a pair of titties that I would draw in like elementary school before I even knew what a naked woman looked like. They have a lot of footage of this one though, like 2 minutes worth of footage of this thing, zooming in and everything. So yeah, that is the South Asian object encounter, the South Asian UFO video. And then there's this one here, which is a Middle East object. It says it was taken by another MQ-9 in the Middle East. Oh. Huh. Whoa. I only watched the first video before I started recording this. I wanted to save the rest of them, make them a surprise. And yeah, that's... At first I thought it was like a kickball or something that one of the kids just blasted out into space. But that's like a... It's like a little ball, almost. I'm sure it's actually bigger than it looks, you know, because perspective and whatnot where it's in the air. But that's... It's a lot more clear footage of a UFO than what we're used to seeing. It's not blurry and grainy. It's actual usable video that looks good and looks legit. And then now we're going down to the Western US objects, which of course happened somewhere in the west of the United States. And it looks like there's about 3 of them that are just moving in synchronization. Maybe it's one thing moving all together. It just looks like lots though. It almost looks like someone's like directing them left and right, up and down, like a puppet almost. And there's one at the bottom potentially there. But those ones are all in sync. Well, now that one's also moving weirdly. They've kind of changed formation there too. Because they were in a straight line and now they're like all over the place. Really interesting stuff. I'm kind of flying through these. I'm trying to sum it up and be as quick and short as possible. I don't want to watch all the like hours of footage that's probably on here. You can go look at it if you want. I'm just trying to give you the best of each one. This one here is a unresolved case, Navy 2021 flyby, captured by a pilot in the cockpit of a Navy fighter jet. I didn't see anything. Oh shoot, what? That was it at the very end. So it's coming towards him and then it zooms by him. Wow, yeah, that kind of looks like the ball from the Middle Eastern video too. Just a little ball thing. And then there is the Navarre FOIA unresolved case FLIR video. Forward-looking infrared. Video of a U.S. Navy FA-18 jet cruise encounter with an unexplained UFO. See, this is the kind of footage I'm used to seeing when it comes to UFOs. Like this really weird radar infrared jet footage. That you can't even make out if that's like a video of someone's child or if it's a video of a UFO. Like it would look the same no matter what they were recording, no matter what the subject was. It's gonna look bad. I changed shirts because I couldn't go out into civilization looking like a traffic cone. I just couldn't work up the courage to do it. I couldn't. But let's go ahead and get back to watching this UFO video here. I think this is one I've probably seen, or maybe it just looks the same as all the other ones with just the little black blur from an airplane. So it's pretty standard traditional stuff. And then this one here is the unresolved case gimbal video, FA-18 jet crew. So it's the same thing. It's the same crew. Oh, those are pictures. These are just pictures because the videos aren't playing. But I'm sure it looks to be the same footage as the one we just watched. And that's all that's on this website as of right now. I just thought it was very interesting. They actually made an official website for UAPs or UFOs. They're pretty much at full disclosure at this point, practically telling us all, rubbing it all in our faces, being like, UFOs are real, by the way, but nobody cares at this point. We have bigger issues to think about. If this was like back in the 2000s or the 1990s and they came out and did stuff like this, was posting in the newspapers being like, UFOs are real and we're releasing all the information we have on them, people would have been like, bah humbug, bazinga. This is the biggest news since Bessie down the road gave birth. This is crazy. This is literally world changing. But now people just genuinely do not care, to the point where this website coming out probably isn't even insane to you. Like, you've probably seen something more insane on Twitter, like a decapitation video, or Selena Gomez put out her dating standards. I've seen that, and that's getting more attention than something like this is, which is wild to think about. It's just crazy that the US government is just genuinely just at this point telling us UFOs are real. We don't know if they're alien, but unidentified objects have been visiting Earth and flying around. We have footage of them, we have documentation, we have proof that they exist. And people just don't care. It's baffling. It's crazy. But I just figured I'd talk about this real quick because I've seen it and I thought it was pretty neat. And other than that, I'll catch you in the next one. Keep your tinfoil butt plugs in and keep looking to the stars, my space cadets.